Hello, friends and family, and welcome back to the final day of the 2023 U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship, presented by Discraft. Coverage brought to you by Ace Run Pro, and this is our last female major of the year. My name is Holly Finley.
And I am Raven Klein. We are in Burlington, North Carolina at the Regulator course on Cedar Rock Park. It's a beautiful course. We've really enjoyed it. We have a nice day following our rainy weather yesterday, so I'm sure this cart is going to enjoy the weather.
Sarah's in a dress, my favorite disc golf outfit. First up, Sarah Hokom, first in fairway hits at 88%. Next up,
Lykke
Lorentzen, second in scrambles at 69%.
Following, we have Kristi Unt, who is fourth in C1 regulation at 37%.
I've never seen her play before.
I don't think I have either. And lastly, Eveliina Salonen, who is first in C1 in regulation in 46%. Hole 1, par 4, 559 feet. You have a lot of space to really move up the fairway on your first shot. Your second shot, that's how you decide if you want to be left or right, whether you prefer the backhand or forehand through the gap. The fairway is a little bit slick, so you don't want to come in too fast, but you still have a look at the birdie 3.
Disc Golf Championship presented by Discraft. Up first from Caldwell, Idaho, a two-time champion, Sarah Hokom.
Hokom safe on the right side of the fairway.
Lykke Lorentzen.
Lykke had a very strong finish at Pro Worlds just a few weeks ago.
Lykke's drive leaks a little bit to the left side, but she'll still be in good position.
We're wearing the same shirt, but hers is white with black, and mine's black with white.
Aww. Little reverse twins.
I'm not even sure I've ever met Kristi.
I did, but I can't remember where.
I'm excited to watch her play. She throws a backhand hyzer. Good distance, finishing pretty left on the fairway.
And last the team from Finland, Eveliina Salonen.
I know I prefer the left side of the fairway because I like the backhand approach into the green. Eveliina with a beautiful drive. Wow.
That's the furthest drive I've seen all week.
Definitely.
She is a powerhouse. Man, that is so impressive. First up, Lykke is actually very far left on the fairway, and she does not make it through the gap. She falls down short in that left corner.
Hokom further onto the right side, pushes her approach a little bit long, catches a tree. Kristi also pushes her approach a little bit too deep on the gap, falls short. Probably going to have to pitch that up.
Eveliina with a standstill backhand turnover putter. She is nestled to right outside the bullseye. Right? That's how I feel. I want to yell it at her. It's the best thing I've ever seen on this hole. Is a turtle safe?
A turtle?
Oh, little relocation of the turtle. Thanks, Bradley. Turtle's like, man, it's going to take me another month to get back over to that side of the fairway.
Lykke leaves her approach a little bit short, but she'll be fine.
Wow. Kristi
A little bit of a bid.
Yeah, it was. Hokom lays up.
Oh, Lykke leaves her putt a little bit low and left.
Kristi in for par.
Eveliina in for the birdie.
Lucky in for bogey and Hokom in for par. Hole 2, an uphill par 3, 279 feet. The shape of the fairway makes you feel like instinctually you should be throwing a hyzer, but a straight shot will get you a birdie putt. I've seen a lot of success with the hyzer, also a lot of success with early releases that are sneaking through left gaps, surprisingly. This is a very guarded green with roots, stumps, and a couple of pencil trees, rocks all over the place. So you want to try to get as close as possible and hopefully have no unlucky rollaways. Eveliina up first. She hits the main gap.
I love the height on that.
Me too. A little bit of a roll, but no harm done. 18-foot par putt. I'm sorry, birdie putt.
Hokom flexing that perfectly through the line. Be just inside the circle for birdie.
Kristi widen outside. She's up there for a birdie look.
Lykke a little bit left on hitting the main line, catches a tree. She'll still be able to save par.
Forehand upshot gets her to the circle's edge. Kristi for birdie. Good effort.
Lykke leaves her putt to the right.
Hokom for birdie from 28. Just short off the front of the cage. Drop in par.
Lykke in for the bogey save. That's a good putt.
I like her putt. It's fast and spinny. Eveliina for birdie. Whew. Left side chain catch.
Kristi in for par. And Hokom in for par as well.
Two in a row for Eveliina.
Hole 3, par 5, 889 feet. Off the tee, you want to push something straight with a little bit of a left finish to get you into the center of your next fairway. From here, if you want to get a little bit frisky, you can use the left side, maybe crash in. You don't want anything to skip into the OB, but really good shots can get here, leaving you with a tricky approach as the OB comes in at the basket, and the tree on the right side can be quite a guardian.
Eveliina up first after birdieing the first and second holes. A high hyzer perfectly through the gap. Good distance off the tee.
Hokom with a good line, but releases low, so she's not going to get all the distance she could have gotten, but in the middle of the fairway.
Kristi with a higher, more aggressive hyzer route. And she is on the inside left, dropped down, but she's still got good distance off the tee.
Lykke with a slight early release, but she cuts the corner and actually does make it all the way down.
That corner's been pretty friendly all week. Hokom's second shot puts her in good position on the left side of the fairway, right at the corner.
Lykke doing a nice job of using the fairway and fading back toward the left side. It's a lot more open.
It is now Eveliina's turn, and she was going for an aggressive shot to bend around the corner, hit a tree, and luckily just barely stayed in bounds. Very friendly tree kick for her. This is Kristi's third shot. A very strong forehand. She has been around the corner, and she will have a 55-foot putt for birdie.
Hokom with the flex forehand keeps it low but doesn't quite get a skip.
Do you hear the frogs?
I do.
I
They
love
were
it.
so loud when we went through.
They were. Eveliina's third shot, forehand hyzer with a little skip. And she'll have an 80-foot birdie look.
Lykke's forehand gets her just at the edge of circle one.
Eveliina with a finessed chip forehand. She'll settle for a drop in.
Hokom pitches it up under the basket.
Kristi lays up to the bullseye's edge.
The OB behind this basket just happened so fast.
Favorable for Lykke. She missed the putt. It could have rolled OB, but it sat down. I'd say the OB is what, 8 feet, 7 feet right behind the basket?
Maybe.
Do you like a OB inside the circle
Not normally.
as a course design element?
I think if you're going to not include the whole circle, it needs to be at least 20 feet.
Kristi in for par.
Lykke in for par.
Hokom drops in her par. Hole 4, par 4, 487 feet. We still have the out-of-bounds creek on the right. Right-handed, backhanded players can follow the flight of the drone, hyzering around this corner, hopefully skipping up into the path. That would be ideal. I've seen some success with forehand players taking the inside route. If you make it right to the mouth of this uphill fairway, that should be about 180 to 225, which will give you a look at a birdie 3. Eveliina up first. Taking the outside route, but cutting through the center section of trees unsuccessfully. Looks like she's still lined up with the gap, but not sure if she'll have an arm swing area.
Sarah slipped a little bit, but still executes the shot.
She mean mugged that tee pad. Kristi pulls her shot to the right and gets a lucky kick left into the fairway.
Lykke's backhand. Perfect.
Mid off the tee just to be in position. I like that.
Kristi just with a hyzer to get herself into the optimal position. Looks like she also had some tricky footing.
Ooh, Eveliina forehand through the corner trees, straight up the fairway, and she's given herself a birdie putt inside the circle. Incredible shot.
Lykke with the backhand up right into the bullseye. That was a beautiful shot. 2 in a row.
Hokom forehand bleeding away from the basket and another lucky tree kick. Man, the course is so friendly today. It's not punishing at all yet.
Yet.
Front-loaded caddy. Kristi's forehand has given her a putt. Hokom for birdie from 28.
Oh, just catches the top of the cage.
Kristi off the front of the cage. Eveliina for birdie. Also off the front of the cage.
Little bit of a roll away, but luckily it curls up.
Eveliina in for par.
Lykke in for the birdie.
I have a funny superstition that when I'm carrying a chair, I always have to set it on the left side of my putter. That means the putt's going in.
Does it work?
It works every time, 50% of the time.
Ah,
But I still keep, stay to the ritual.
I like it. Hole 5, par 3, 248 feet. It's a pretty straight shot off the tee, so you might see players maybe backhand a putter or forehand something on a little bit of a hyzer flip up. There is OB behind the basket, but I mean, it comes in close, but the drop zone is so close that it's almost tempting to run it and then take your par. Either way, you don't want to come in too fast. Lykke going with a standstill backhand.
She leaves it a bit short. I'm not sure that would be a smart putt to go for. Eveliina's forehand drops early on the left side.
Sarah's forehand is leaking to the right side, and it does get caught up. Another putt that will be difficult to run.
Kristi hits the same tree about where Sarah Hokom is and falls on the left side. She is back to a forehand chip, and she'll be putting for par.
Eveliina's forehand upshot, parked.
Hokom jump putts her upshot to inside the bullseye.
Lykke pitches up.
Kristi's in for par.
Eveliina in for par.
Hokom for par.
And Lykke for par.
Did you birdie that one at all this week?
I did.
I got it one of the four.
I think yeah, one.
Welcome back, hole 6, par 5, 612 feet. Your drive needs to go over this creek and up near this grouping of trees to get into good position. The high top side is going to set you up for the eagle, while that early left to inside route will set you up for the birdie. If you're in position, you can send an upshot all the way into the green. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself chipping up to the corner, chipping up again, and having a putt for birdie. If you're out of position, this is a very generous par 5. I feel like if you have a mistake, it's still fairly simple to get a par here.
That's true. Lykke's drive is really high, and it does allow it too much time to leak left, so she'll be playing for the birdie from here. Really tight angle.
Eveliina's shot is nice and flat, getting past that section of trees, and she is set up, I believe, in eagle territory. She has enough forehand power that even if she's a little too far left, she could still get up there. Hokom's forehand gets good distance, but she's pinched up against those woods on the right side.
Kristi with a very straight shot. She almost misses the trees, but does get caught up.
Hokom standstill forehand towards the basket. She's set up well to attack for birdie.
Kristi's forehand got caught up a little bit and kicked down to the left side. Lykke with a good placement forehand for her next shot. I would guess another forehand.
Eveliina's second shot. Flex forehand. Even though she hits early, she still has an eagle look from 50 feet. Get in.
Oh, wow.
Kristi nearly throwing it in with a standstill forehand. She's got some whip on that thing.
Yay! Such a smooth release.
Little taste of the chains. Hokom takes the right gap towards the basket. She's up there in birdie territory.
Lykke's standstill approach gets her mid-circle.
Eveliina pitches up. She'll have a birdie look from 18. Hokom went a bit long.
Leaves that putt low. Didn't seem like she really committed to that one.
Kristi is in for the birdie. First birdie for her here on hole 6. Lorentzen in for par. Hokom in for par.
Eveliina in for birdie.
That birdie will put Eveliina at 3 under for the round so far.
Hole 7, par 4, 475 feet. Off the tee, you want something that you can push and hyzer a little bit, but you don't want anything that's going to have a sharp finish. So it's actually not a bad play to just go straight and then set yourself up for a second shot here that can hyzer in toward the green. This is probably one of the more treacherous greens that we have. It's not very big, and if you come in too fast, you're going to end up down at the bottom of the hill. This has been playing as one of the top 3 most difficult holes all weekend.
Eveliina takes the right gap, moves to that high right corner. She doesn't go for max distance, more focusing on the placement, I believe.
Kristi pulls her drive to the right, and after a couple tree kicks, still lands in a decent position.
Lorenzen's shot was following Eveliina's, and she's up there in the high right side. It's not a bad spot to be. I've seen birdies from that area. And Hokom is in the same area. Kristi's upshot gets her most of the way to the basket. She should be able to scramble for par from there.
Look here with the backhand turnover. I like that she kept it low. Looks like she kind of skipped up toward the log.
We're back to Kristi with her third shot. She needs to weave it all the way up there to get a legit putt. And that is not a legit putt. Jim, is that Jim? It sure is.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Jim.
That is Cat Murch's beloved pet, Mr. Jim Leahy. Hokom's upshot hits a tree.
Oh.
Eveliina's upshot also hits a tree and goes over to the left side of the fairway. Doesn't get much forward progression out of that one. Hokom makes it past the log, which is helpful on the putting green.
Eveliina with the high Annie forehand, and it lands perfect angle right on the green.
Have you ever seen the video where Sarah Hokom's dog Raven ran all over the 18th green at D.G.P.T?
At D.G.P.T, yes, I have.
It's the funniest clip. Kristi lays up, but skittles over the edge a bit.
Look, yeah, able to lay up and stay up at the top.
Look at this putt Hokom has. Little intimidating, ugh. And she hits the band. It's a short one, but the drop off. No problem for Eveliina. She's in for par. I saw Jim at Worlds this year when I was playing. He was in the middle of the fairway. I was lining up my shot, and I look about...
Oh, you were practicing?
No, in the tournament.
Oh, my gosh.
200 feet down, there he was. Too funny. Lorentzen in for par, and Hokom will drop in a bogey. Eveliina, currently the only player under par here on this card. Let's check out hole 8, a shorty, only 283, par 3. Forehand players will have an advantage here. The backhand is not the easiest route, but it is possible. I find trying to shape an anhyzer to be unnecessary, and it brings too many of these corner trees into play. You can simply throw straight, hit the gap, and get yourself an 18-footer. If you don't choose the right disc, though, it's easy just to hyzer out and go down the hill, past the woods, into another fairway. Not that I would know.
No experience
or anything. Eveliina, forehand off the tee. It's high, but I like the angle. And she's got a birdie look. It's a long one.
Look here with a nice low drive. Gets a flare skip just outside the circle for birdie.
Kristi, a nice low forehand off the tee, similar to Lucky, but a bit faster. Wow, and she flare skips past the basket, outside the circle.
Oh, such a big skip.
Hokom misses her line and kicks to the left side of the fairway. This is going to be a very tough scramble for par. She's busted out the forehand roller uphill through the woods. Oh my God, she has a look for par.
What a scramble.
Shot.
Ooh.
Eveliina!
Yes, Eveliina!
I love that long birdie.
It was so floaty.
Wasn't it, though? Eveliina from 50 feet in for the birdie here on hole 8. She has the sweetest face. Oh, she got paid. Bradley gave her some dollar bills.
Little C2 putt action. Ooh. Sarah gives it a good run. A little bit short. Lykke gave it the height, but just a little too far.
Kristi had a birdie look, but goes over the top.
Lykke in for the par.
Kristi in for the par. She had to make an 18-foot comeback putt. And Hokom will take a bogey here on the 8th.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Hole 9, par 3, 250 feet. It is a backhand turnover or a pushing forehand through this main gap. It's slightly uphill the whole way, so it plays more like 280 to 290, but good shots can just fall right down this center fairway. I do see a lot of the late trees, those last 2 large guardian trees, and people are left with a short circle 2 putt.
Eveliina, amazing at the backhand and forehand, has opted for a nice, high backhand turnover shot, and she has landed just outside the bullseye, putting for birdie from 18 feet. Oh, I love this play, and a little flex back. The inside route.
She got a little local there.
I got to see that route on my card today. And Hokom hits that corner tree. I'm not sure if she was trying to go inside or outside. But nevertheless, she is now scrambling for par. And she has left her upshot a bit short. It's going to be another tough par scramble for Hokom.
That's a nice upshot, and she's right in the bullseye.
Lykke with a very aggressive putt, sends it a bit long, and now she has a 28-foot comeback. No problems. She's in for par. Testy one.
Eveliina in for the birdie.
Hokom in for the bogey, and that's going to put her at 3 over for the round. That birdie moved Eveliina to 5 under for the front 9.
What a pretty card.
Let's check into the leaderboard. Henna and Kristen holding on strong to the first place spot, but Eveliina and Own are not far behind. We have some people fighting for the podium finish. A couple of people from this card. I saw Lucky and Kristi's name up there.
Yeah.
Jessica Weiss shooting amazing today. Happy to see where she ends up. And if you'd like to support me, Holly Finley, on tour, you can get one of my Star Color Glow Its at your favorite online disc golf retailer, or for the best price, buy from Innova directly.
And if you'd like to support me, you can find my Tour Series Convicts on the Dynamic Disc website. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the back nine.